Good afternoon, class. Have you ever encountered a person who seems to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders, yet never murmur or complain not one word? This was the example of my grandmother. My grandmother was a devoted Christian, a cosmetologist, a cafeteria manager, the oldest of 6 siblings, and a grandmother of 12 children. She had a heart of gold. She was forever encouraging and uplifting the people that she encountered. She was the foundation of my upbringing, along with my cousins and my mother's siblings. My grandmother was hardworking. She started work at an early age. She didn't have a college degree. She did graduate from high school, but from high school she immediately went to working because she had began to have children. So as she had children, she worked numerous jobs. But one of her many talents was being a great cook. She started working at the elementary school to where she worked her way up until being the cafeteria manager. Not only being a cafeteria manager, she also, in that time, found time to go to school to become a cosmetologist. She raised 6 children, and like I said previously, that bore 12 grandchildren. At those years of being a cafeteria manager, as a hard worker, she worked continuously, numerous hours. Being the first one there at the cafeteria to open the school, to feed the youth of the neighborhood. While even feeding the youth, she would also, mentor students as they came through the line and she fed them. She would, if she needed to discipline them. There's been times I've seen her discipline kids from my neighborhood that weren't even her kids. But yet, she did it all with love. She was the foundation member at her church. She was one of the first ones that started to work at her church. She loved her church. The church that I grew up in, she made sure she witnessed to whoever would listen to her. She loved her church. She loved to lead devotion and praise, and she loved to do prayer. She would even have Bible study at her house throughout the weeks. She was a pillar of her community. My grandmother made sure that there was no one she turned down. She gave her love to anyone that would accept it. Her life was inspiring to others. Her hard work and determination produced 2 retirees that were from the armed forces. I have 2 uncles that retired from the Army and the Air Force, respectively. My mother and my aunt are both both have college degrees. They both were educators, and she also had, she raised a mechanic also. She took pride in her grandchildren. Each one of us, she would always get us over the summer. We would spend every summer there. And while being there, it wasn't just all fun and games, even though, when you go to grandmother's house, it's always fun and games. But she made sure that we did Bible study. She would take us to Vacation Bible School. She taught us she taught us the lessons of hard work. Not only teaching us, but showing us. She made us give our time and volunteer throughout the summers. She was, once again, a pillar in our community. She was an inspiration to her siblings, because with her siblings, they saw the hard work that she put in. So through her siblings seeing her hard work, she has 2 siblings that are ministers, 2 siblings that are missionaries, and through numerous family members also, she was an inspiration. She was a forever pillar of our community. My grandmother was known as one of the best cooks in town. She was one of the only female business owners in our community. She made sure through her cooking, she generated a lot of positive love from family, from friends. She was well respected to all that knew her. In my conclusion, I'm so grateful to be a descendant of an extraordinary grandmother who was a true leader and a role model and an upstanding citizen of her community that was well respected by anyone who graced her presence. Thank you very much.